Hello, this is Vanessa Cardenas, Betrayal Recovery Specialist, with some self-care tips. I want to use a word of caution. Sometimes self-care can turn into shaming, meaning that you think you're supposed to do these things, and if you do these things as the gurus tell you to do, you will feel better. That's a possibility. But if it's not something that's comfortable for you, then don't do it. Just because somebody suggests it to you doesn't necessarily mean that it will accomplish what it's intended to. If somebody says, oh, get a massage, that'll make you feel so much better, and you're not into somebody touching you in that way, you don't find it relaxing, quite the opposite, it really bothers you, then don't do it. Absolutely don't do it. And don't feel shamed into having to do something under the pretense that it'll make you feel better. So with that caveat, I offer you some self-care tips. You take what you can use and you toss the rest. First and foremost, triggers. Distance. If something is triggering you, get some distance between you and that thing, person, which triggers you. Put some space between you. Even if it is a situation where you need to put an object between the two of you, if it's a person, you want to make sure that you get your distance. So that is self-care tip number 1. Number 2, avoid the war inside yourself. Yes, that nasty chick voice on your shoulder, oh, she's wicked. She's absolutely wicked. Get some distance between you and her. Tell her to take a vacation. Step back. Just 10 minutes. 10 minutes, just be quiet. Don't talk to me. You'll be there in 10 minutes. It's okay. She'll be waiting to unleash, but you get a 10-minute reprieve. The next time, 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, then an hour, then 2 hours, then 4 hours, then 8 hours, then today. We're going to take a break today. I don't want to hear you. Okay? You'll come back tomorrow. You'll beat me down tomorrow, but for today, let me be. You want to be able to get that distance between your nasty chick voice. That was tip number 2. We're going on to tip number 3. Tip number 3, silence does not equal acceptance. Keep that in mind. Use your voice. Something making you uncomfortable, use your voice. Your silence can be perceived as acceptance. And if you don't accept a situation, a thing, something, speak up. Use your voice. Tip number 5. Yes, self-care tip number 5. Remember that there is a difference between giving up and giving in. Yes. Make sure you recognize the difference and decide. It's a hard decision. It absolutely is. If you need support, get support to help you make that decision. Do not make it. You want to make sure that you are in a place where you are able to make decisions. The best place to get a decision from within, but your heart and your mind need to be connected. And when you're going through betrayal, oh, they're so disconnected. You want to make sure that before you make any hard decisions, that you go within. Tip number 6, whether you decide to stay or you decide to leave, know that you are doing so from a place of knowledge and wisdom. Whether you decide to stay or to leave, remember that you are not starting over. You are starting with experience. Use your newfound wisdom to help guide you as you continue. Again, regardless of whether you stay or you go, you have new knowledge. Knowledge is power. Self-care tip number 7. Now, if you remember the first one I said, whatever feels good to you. If it doesn't feel right, then toss it. Don't even use it. Do not be shamed into having to do anything that you are uncomfortable with. It is not that important. What is important is you do things that you absolutely love. You focus on the things that you love and not dwell on the things that you hate. And don't think, if I do this, then maybe I will feel better. It's a possibility, but if it's something that you don't enjoy, don't do it. It is not worth the agony that you're going to go through anticipating a result from doing something that people tell you, oh, if you do this, you will feel better. If it doesn't make you feel better, don't do it. Do not exhaust your energy on things that you don't enjoy. Use it towards the things you do enjoy. If you sitting in silence brings you great joy, do it. If you driving in your car with your stereo pumped all the way up and the bass line up and you singing along at the top of your lungs, and that brings you joy, then do that. Whatever it is, from here, from your heart, from your head, get them connected and just do it. Those things are great self-care. That's what you need, especially now going through betrayal. It is a long, difficult journey. It absolutely is, but there is beauty on the other side. So absolutely do what brings you joy. Thank you so much for listening to this entire series. Hopefully you found great benefit from it. If there's any way that I can be of assistance to you, by all means, reach out, drop a comment down below, subscribe, follow me, reach out to me. And remember, right over my shoulder, what it says is what we do in life echoes in eternity. What we do in life echoes in eternity, and he is washing it off. You have the opportunity to design your life by your choices. You do. You absolutely do. I know that something terrible has happened to you, but it wasn't about you. It wasn't about you. That is a hard truth. It's hard to wrap your head and your heart around, that their actions affected you, but it wasn't about you. Thank you so much. We'll chat again.